Today I'm going to be beveling the pattern on the front of a laptop bag that I started 6 months ago. The stencil was already traced and carved on, so the next step is to use my beveling tools and a mallet to make indents in the leather, which makes it look so 3D. I haven't done anything with this piece of leather in months, so it's bone dry and it needs a good soak of water before I start beveling. I normally use either a sponge or a microfiber rag to apply small amounts of water evenly across the leather, using circular motions so that it all gets spread evenly. I don't want the leather to be drowning in water, just enough that the surface is fully saturated. You can feel when it has enough water or when it's drying out as you work. When you bevel the edges of things, like here the edges of the woven pattern, it's really important to make sure the edge of the beveler is all the way up against the line where you carved. If it's off place at all, there will be small imperfections that make the finished piece look messy, so being accurate is critical. Of course, beveling takes a really long time to do since each tiny detail is hammered in by hand. So a trick I learned to be more efficient at beveling edges is to start from behind the line you want to bevel, and lightly drag the beveler along the leather until it hits the carved line and gets stuck there. This takes some trial and error to get used to, but it makes the process faster and easier since you're going by the feeling of hitting the carved line instead of having to watch where you place the beveler every single time. You can see as I'm working there are small white particles falling onto the leather. This is actually coming from the mallet I'm using. I use rawhide mallets, which are made from the hide of a cow instead of normal plastic. I love using rawhide mallets because I always prefer using natural materials rather than synthetic. Plus, I think it's so interesting that as years go by, you can see how the rawhide mallet has been used and slowly worn down. A piece of plastic would never age so gracefully. And as I wipe away the small particles that fell from the rawhide, it reminds me of turning a page in a book. It shows the progress you've made and gets me excited to keep going. Now that the edges of the whole pattern have been beveled, I can go into the background with my A114 background stamp to make the background more three-dimensional and make the woven design really pop out. I like the textured backgrounds because it adds a nice flair compared to just using a smooth stamp. Also, when you're doing the background details like this, it's important to make sure that each stamp is hit with the same amount of pressure. This way the background surface will dry, looking even and smooth, and there won't be any spots that look too deep where you can see the shape of the tool. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you're watching until the end, you must be really excited to learn more about art and the history of leathercraft. Leave a comment if you learned a cool new technique from this video, or if there's anything you really want to learn specifically. I will be posting more videos soon about how to make realistic pieces of art on leather, so remember to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for new videos every single Monday.